Good evening. I'm Lorina Stephens, publisher at Five Rivers Publishing, and I'd like to welcome you all there at the Merril collection to the launch of Joe Mahoney's debut novel, A Time and a Place. Robert Runte was the acquisitions editor for the novel, and when I finally had an opportunity to have a look at it, I realized that Joe has a wonderful wry wit and humor, very much reminiscent of his roots, his Eastern Canadian roots. And certainly the novel proved to be a madcap, deliriously wild adventure. And I know you're all going to enjoy this evening listening to Joe read with his very dry pan sort of humor. And just hope you have a great time there tonight, Joe. I wish I could be there, but I'm not. I'm here in spirit for you. And again, I hope all of you have a wonderful evening.
Hi, I'm Robert Runte, Senior Editor at Five Rivers Publishing. I'm talking to you from another time and another place to be at the book launch of A Time and a Place by Joe Mahoney. I was the acquisition editor and the developmental editor on A Time and a Place. I really enjoyed the book. Let me tell you a couple of stories, one of which Joe doesn't know yet, about my role as acquisition editor and as developmental editor. As acquisition editor, I happened upon Joe's manuscript in another context. Having read the first 30 pages or so, I said to him, I'd be interested in seeing the whole manuscript. Eventually, he sent me the whole manuscript. I then agreed to meet him at CanCon, a convention in Ottawa, so that we could discuss whether we were going to do a deal. I really meant to read the book before I got to CanCon, but you know how it is. So there I was, and there Joe was, and we got along great. And I kind of liked the first 30 pages a lot, so I offered to buy the book, and he sold it to me. But I hadn't actually read it. Acquisition editors aren't supposed to do that. Anyway, I'm glad I did, because I loved the book when I did eventually get around to reading it. The story about being a developmental editor on the book is, I'm sorry, but I was the person who made him take out the gorilla. I thought the gorilla was a step too far. I liked the gorilla, though. I hated losing the gorilla, and I apologize to Joe and now all of you for losing the gorilla, but really, we couldn't make the gorilla work. I think it's a better book now that we have something different and not the gorilla. Anyway, I love the book. I hope you have a great time at the book launch, and it's been great talking to you. Thank you.